Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a Truder, and welcome back to Starfield, where last time we picked up new artifacts, new powers, and unfortunately, some new enemies, because you see, the Starborn are hunting us down, and to that, I have just one thing to say. I fucking welcome your attempts. But you know what, I'll meet the Starborn halfway. They don't want me to be messing with artifacts, so just for the time being, I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to turn my attention back to, yes, the Terrormorph situation, because yes, I was told I urgently needed to investigate this several months ago, if I'm remembering right, so probably best we, yes, get this cell sample over to Mars to get it analysed, because apparently something very bad and very dangerous is going on in the world of Terrormorph reproduction or whatnot. Yes, that was it, Hadrian, the lovely scientist we ran into when we took on our first Terrormorph. So, she's got a colleague, Percival Walker, and he's somewhere on Mars. So, right, let's go check in with him. Here we go, back on Mars, and while I'm here, there are a few things I need to take care of. Step 1, a tiny bit of ship maintenance, because, okay, this thing is a beast, in terms of hull, shielding, weaponry, all the rest of it, but it does rather lack, you know, workbenches. And I'm not delighted by, yes, a 3x1 engineering bay that also does literally nothing aside from one reasonably assumes engineering things. But yes, it does like literally nothing to the ship performance. Like, you don't need this for any reason. And then yes, over on the right we had, that was living quarters. So okay, that's where the passengers go. But I don't like this. I don't like any of this at all. So here's what we're going to do instead. I'm going to replace the engineering bay with a 3x1 Deimos living quarters, so it fills the same slot, but that's where the passengers go. So now, the passengers never need to go upstairs. They stay on the lower deck, so they're not wandering around by the cockpit, by the brig, etc, etc. That just makes a lot more sense, having a dedicated passenger deck right by the door. So passengers come in, passengers leave, they never go anywhere sensitive. And in terms of the second deck, this is where we put the useful stuff. So, right, workshop is, yeah, that's going to be industrial, gun crafting, spacesuit crafting, etc, etc. On the right, just like in the Dodgy Flamingo, that's where the science is going to be. And to be honest, given that's pretty much all you actually need, yeah, I'm going to put a computer core in the center. I don't really need it or anything, I just think it sounds cool. Also, I don't like my captain's quarters in the existing ship. They're just like, you know, not very cozy. But what I do recall is, yes, the very first set of captain's quarters I ever bought were Nova Galactic, and there was a nice sofa in there, the bed looked really comfortable, so okay, we're moving over to Nova Galactic in terms of my personal cabin. Okay, let's go and have a look at the new girl, make sure I'm happy with her. So yes, these days, if you happen to be a passenger, one of these days I'm sure we'll have passengers, you come in, you ignore the ladder, because you know, we'll put up some sort of employees only sign on it. Instead, you come through into here. Now this is nice, we've got a table, we've got a kitchen, you can make yourself some food, there's like, you know, a tiny gym area, a chill out area, you can get a bit of sleep, there's even nice armchairs here, so okay, now this is much nicer than it used to be. Like, you know, for once, we're actually putting in the effort for our guests, damn it. The front of the ship's mostly unchanged because the cockpit is already amazing, and yes, I was perfectly fine with the existing crew area. Then you go back into, oh yeah, now that looks pretty badass right there. The computer core, with all sorts of, like, you know, computers in it, which do computery things, etc, etc. So, yeah, then we just open up this side. That gets me into my lovely workshop, so now we can do all of the crafting and whatnot. Also, windows at the front, naturally. Over on the other side, thankfully the ship has ended up symmetrical, which is a complete cocking roll of the dice, but it's worked out on this occasion. We've got our science lab, so okay, research and pharmaceuticals and whatnot, and more importantly, I should have now way more privacy if this has worked out correctly. So yeah, you walk through the computer core to get to the ladder, and this should now lead up into, yes, the storeroom at the rear of the ship, not into my cabin itself. So yes, if you are, doing boarding action, you pass into the storeroom, then straight back out again, you never go into my private quarters. And speaking of my private quarters, okay, we've got, yes, a lovely armchair right here, so if you're coming to see me and I make you wait for a minute, because, like, I'm having a nap or something, you can wait right here, which is lovely, and, oh, just look at that. That's so much nicer. Like, there's nice pillows, a nice blanket. It just looks like such a nice place to live. Like, a comfortable sleep nook. This is way better. Okay, that's that important bit of business done. Let's mosey into Mars and, yes, track down Mr. I've completely forgotten his name. I can't remember who would track him down. I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll figure it out when we get there. Oh, and you know why I love Mars? It's because they are just swimming in shops, and the doctor here is selling so much infantry alpha. But okay, down to business. Apparently, we're starting our search at the Trade Authority.
Invoices can be collected from the... Oh, not here for a delivery, are you?
And yes, indeed, I am not, buddy. But don't you worry, because this is all very official, very above board. I'm Captain Aria, I'm Vanguard, I'm looking for Mr. Walker to help investigate a bit of a troubling discovery.
Do you now? Well, I do wish I could help you, Captain, but Dr. Walker has been missing for some time.
A shame, too. We had such high hopes for Percival. I brought him on myself to do medical and biological consulting around the city. Not the sort of work the Trade Authority traditionally does. But we thought it had the potential to become a whole new type of revenue stream for our branch. I invested no small amount of personal capital into the endeavor. But then he decided to run off after a discipline issue. I presume the miners have him hidden somewhere. Plenty of cracks on this old rock. But at this point, it's probably for the best. Dr. Walker decided to start brewing and selling his own pharmaceuticals to our customers, below cost. Something his contract expressly forbade. As such, we requested our cut of the profits and began garnishing his salary. Perhaps a little too severely, but well within legal limits. It was around then that he ran off, abandoning his duty and his unpaid accounts.
Okay. Now, yes, when you talk about pharmaceuticals, is this guy a drug dealer or a cheap doctor? Because, I'm going to be honest, I'm not in a position to judge. Like, I spent a lot of time and energy getting into the drug trade on Neon, so, okay, glass houses and whatnot. Let's just, track him down, it's all going to be fine. Though, yes, indeed. Why would the miners be hiding Walt John? Because he's giving them cheap medicine and or drugs. Pretty obvious, actually. So, right. I'll track him down. No trouble, though no guarantee I'm coming back to you. Sounds like, yes, you and him do not get on well. I want him to be helping out me, in fact.
That won't be necessary. The Trade Authority isn't interested in employing someone so unreliable. But we would like the money he owes us. If you can convince him to pay his debts, we'd be most grateful.
Okay, so I don't really want to do that, but if I agree, this guy might point me in the right direction. So, yes, just tell me where he was last seen.
I suggest paying a visit to the Sixth Circle, what I suppose is technically a bar on the lowest level of the city. If anyone knows where Percival is, the miscreants there would. But I would urge caution. They're not a group known for their hospitality.
Okay, we're getting into a dodgy bar potentially. I love it. Probably best, by the way, if yes, things might be about to get nasty inside a bar to, maybe put away the refined coachman. Like, I just feel like firing the mega explosive cannon in a confined space is not a good idea. Like, how about instead... Yes, this old girl. She's more accurate and precise.
Broken Spear's upstairs. Go drown yourself there. This bar's for devil's vets and their kin.
Okay. So by the looks of it, yes, I'm not even supposed to come in here unless I am part of, well, whatever exactly the devils are. So, okay. Let's just make sure we know what we're talking about here. Though I swear someone's mentioned the devils to me at some point in the past.
The hell are you from? The Red Devils? Best fighters since the Spartans. This is our bar, so folks like you can go drink at the Spear.
Okay, so an old military outfit. But, in which case, okay, I'm Vanguard, that's military. Maybe there can be some mutual respect going on here.
Doc Walker? Well, you're barking up the wrong...
Andy, you. Why don't you come here and tell me what some Vanguard captain wants with Walker?
Okay, that was good enough to get me, you know, into the bar at least. So, Lou, let's me and you have a nice chat.
Stray topsider wanders into my bar asking after a man like Percival Walker. Raises questions. What do you want with him?
Okay, I want no trouble whatsoever. Sounds like, yes, he's been doing you guys a favour. Possibly coming in, making cheap medicine, distributing it to you guys, and that's fine. Not a problem in the slightest. And, okay. If you guys know Percival, do you know Hadrian? I'm not sure whether you would, but, bare minimum, it's worth a go. Like, you know, doing a delivery. That's harmless, right?
Hadrian? A woman named Hadrian sent you, a member of the Vanguard, to find Percival? Now, if that tag's a forgery, it's a damn good one. All right, Captain. If you are who you say, Supra et Ultra. Vanguard motto. What's it mean? Should have gotten that during her oath.
Oh, buddy, you are asking the wrong person, alright? I knew that from the Latin before they even cocky told me. Above and beyond, as it turns out.
I see. And tell me, what grade was it you got on your entrance exam? A? C? D+?
Okay, and... right, it isn't graded like that. I was up to... it was either level 4 or 5. I think I got to level 5, but didn't pass that one. So, yes indeed, buddy. It's not graded in that way. This is a trek.
That is right. All right, Captain. Maybe you are who you say you are. But look, even if I decided I was going to help you get in contact with Dr. Walker, Percival made himself scarce for a reason. His debt to the Trade Authority. But if someone resolved that debt, well, Percival wouldn't have to hide anymore. Can bet that person would make a friend out of Percival, and the rest of us devils. And I'm always inclined to help a friend.
Okay, so basically, you're hiding him somewhere, and I'm guessing Percival was indeed a Red Devil himself, given what people are saying about the bar.
Red Devils were the meanest Marine unit the UC Navy ever had. Couldn't get in if you hadn't done at least one stint as a Martian Dusty. Made us tough. Reliable. It's why they chose us as the handlers for the UC Xeno weapons. No other unit could handle that pressure. Percival, though, he wasn't a grunt like all of us. Science officer. Made sure the monsters behaved themselves around the devils, and didn't with everyone else. But it was those monsters that did us in. When the colony war ended and the armistice came down, everything associated with Xeno weapons got shelved, Red Devils included. Now they're just a memory.
Okay, now that makes sense. Why you guys are just chilling out getting drunk in a bar, presumably how you lost your eye back in the day, what you were doing, and what the connection between Walker and giant monstrosities is. Gotcha. And yes indeed, buddy. Am I right? Is this how you lost your eye?
Me? Nah. Infantry officer. But my grunts deployed alongside the things. Never seen anything like it. Before or since. Monsters from the darkest corners of the Black, rampaging across the battlefield. And understand why they banned them. Brutal. Armistice hurt us more than most, but... wow. Wasn't all bad that came out of that agreement.
Okay, or maybe not. Maybe he just lost his eye in an unfortunate plane accident while filling out some forms. It's hard to know. So, in terms of clearing the debt, yes, obviously option 1 is just go up there and hand over a giant pile of money to the Trade Authority, which I could do, but no, there's got to be a better way.
Most straightforward way to take care of this debt would be to just saunter up to the authority and pay him direct, if you've got credits to throw away. Of course, rumor is the Trade Authority keeps all their records and collections files on a central server inside their storeroom. If someone was to break in there and adjust Percival's debt to something a little more reasonable, say a few hundred credits, I'd be happy to cover the costs. But one friend of Hadrian's to another, Sidonia's full of old utility spaces. Wouldn't be surprised if there was one that let out right into the authority storeroom. Say, with an entrance behind the bar at the Broken Spear. Ooh, and you might need these.
Okay, now that sounds way more badass. We're doing that.
Hey, you! Maybe Hadrian's friend. Come here.
Oh, hang on. We've got something else first, so Cambridge Cooper wants to speak before we do that.
Heard you talking with Lou, so you're going to help Dr. Walker?
And yes, indeed I am. Unless you, buddy, have got a more interesting offer for me.
Listen, I know how you can do it without having to resort to any B&E. Aqueous hematite. Mars is full of it. People think it's just garbage, but Percival and I, we've been working on some projects in the deep mines. At least when he wasn't slaving away at his Trade Authority contract. But we stumbled on a way to make it useful and profitable. You give our research over to Octai at the Trade Authority, it should more than cover Percival's debt. That guy's always looking for an angle.
Okay, and by sheer coincidence, I'm pretty sure I've actually got some of that. It's been sitting in my inventory for cooking ages, and I couldn't put it in the ship, because apparently it was a quest item, and I think I might have finally found the cooking quest in question, so right. I'm guessing there's a reason you wouldn't have just done this already.
We were never able to finish the research. Spacers moved in and ran us out, started setting up shop. But if you can clear them out, I can walk you through how to finish the research. Then you can give it over to the Trade Authority. They'll get folks working in the deep mines again. Jobs come back, I become a modern-day folk hero. Then I don't have to sleep on an inflated spacesuit anymore.
So okay, just to go out, kill some spacers, that's an alternative solution, but I mean, bare minimum, yeah, I feel like sneaking in and doing the sneaky hacking option, that seems way more badass, potentially. So okay, back up to the top floor, and yes, we're trying to get to a back room here in the Trade Authority, but by the looks of it, there's literally no way to access it from where I am, though. Oh, hang on. Unless it's upstairs, like, you know, potentially I could just... Oh, blimey. Right. Master locked. That's not gonna fly, but if it's upstairs, then yes, like you were suggesting, we just mosey on up in this direction, loop around a little bit, the Broken Spear's right here, the very first bar we came to. Maybe if I'm going in the back way, we might be able to, you know, do things a bit more easily. So, okay, that's the bathroom, and... Okay, who's Renee, and why does she want to speak to me? This is not what I was expecting. Renee is, yes, a small child. Chilling out in, yes, the nicer but still not nice bit of the Mars accommodation. So, okay, I can never resist a child that needs me to do something in a video game. What do you want doing, Renee?
Hi, I'm Renee, and I'm so bored. My mom and dad say not to talk to people I don't know, so I thought maybe I could talk to you and then I know you and I won't be so bored.
Okay, number one, you need to learn a bit more about stranger danger, but, okay, are you sure I'm supposed to be talking to you? Because I do not want to get into trouble, Renee.
Aw, you're no fun. I just want to talk to someone because I'm so bored. Plus, you're already talking to me, so if you change your mind, I'll still be here.
Okay, just out of interest, given last time we were here, everyone we spoke to had horrific nightmare horror stories about living on Mars. By any chance, do you like it here? And do you live like, you know, a lovely life that's really enjoyable and full of cake and stuff?
I like to play with Taye sometimes. We come up with lots of games to play. Sometimes we listen to music or watch shows. But when he's not around, I like to draw. Sometimes I draw things and give them to people since they're so mopey all the time. It makes them smile. Actually, wanna help me? I just drew these great pictures of Space Frog, but I can't go out right now. Can you help put them up for me?
Okay, but I would love to see Space Frog, and ideally help you write a Space Frog comic, so yes indeed. Tell me more about Space Frog, Renee. I'm glad I came down here all of a sudden.
It's Space Frog from outer space, and he's a little frog character that I made up. I've never seen a real frog before, but I've seen pictures. Anyway, he lives in space and goes around to different planets helping people who are sad or need help. He's great.
Oh, magnificent. He's basically me, but a frog.
Here's a bunch of copies of the Space Frog drawing I made. You can post them in places where you think people will see them. Thank you so much.
I'm so cocky glad I came down here. Screw delivering devils, we're putting up posters of Space Frog. Okay, here we go. Let's just start putting up some lovely drawings and... I mean, okay, you can sort of tell he's never seen an actual frog, but it's not a million miles off, and I appreciate the attention to detail, such as the fact that because he's in space, he would need a space helmet. Also, a citizen just came over to look at Space Frog, and I cocking love that. They're all different. They're not just the same one, so okay, the first one he was on a planet, but like, you know, sometimes there's problems with the stars. Fortunately, Space Frog could do that. God bless you, Space Frog. Right, then just back down to the bar full of grumpy war veterans. Marvellous, and oh yeah, very exciting adventure on this occasion. Okay, then right outside the flipping mayor's office, there we go, Space Frog, just like, you know, having a snooze in space, as he does, being as he is Space Frog. And it looks like, yes, inside the bar, right by the main entrance, so it's the first thing people see. There we go. Bit of a plain one, to be honest. I feel like, yeah, at that point, Renee was just phoning it in. Like, you wouldn't even know Space Frog was in space. I mean, sure, he's wearing a space helmet, but you could just assume that was a bubble and he was a regular frog underwater. C-, Renee, try harder. And rather conveniently, the final one has brought me right back to where I needed to go anyway, so in the bathroom of the bar. Magnificent. And okay, back where we started, just the same as the first, Space Frog on a planet. Magnificent. Though, okay, we'll get back to Renee later. Okay, for the time being, okay, Jack, don't mind me. I'm just like, you know, having a bit of a mosey around here, though. I feel like I'm not supposed to be going this way, but okay. I mean, you know, I'm pretty sneaky and whatnot. Just mosey in this direction. We gotta find our way to, yes, like, you know, some vents or something. Vents would be good. Okay, I don't see it, so I'm gonna speak to Jack. Yes, the Red Devils, buddy, in their bar downstairs.
Only that I didn't care much for them getting disbanded years ago. I don't care much for the rumors they're coming back someday.
Oh, hang on. That could be very important. The rumors they're coming back someday. Well, even though the UC has officially banned xeno-warfare, they might be, you know, keeping an eye out on whether they might need it again in future. And maybe, just maybe, they've been doing some experiments on the Terrormorph that have gone horribly wrong, hence the rapid breeding cycle or whatnot. Also, I think possibly, yes, I actually managed to get almost on top of where I needed to go via this room, and they completely miss it. So, okay, hang on. If we loop around here via this room, and go down a little bit, and okay, there we cocky go. You still need security to go in this back door, but it's only advanced, much easier. There we go, nice and simple, crack straight through you, and now straight in, make the changes. While we're doing it, I see no reason why we wouldn't rob the place too. We're doing unethical stuff, so screw it, let's go all in on unethical stuff, damn it. So, here we go, the account computer, Percival Walker, magnificent. So, no open orders, no recent orders, 21 cocking 1,000 credits owed. So, right, so let's just be changing that, actually. So, 10,000, 5,000, 2,000, 1,000... 500 was, I think, the number the guy in the bar said. So we're going to make that 500 credits. Job done. So as a result of that, yes, the bar will pay it off by themselves. Lovely. So, straight back down to the bottom. But on the way down there... Don't worry, Renee. I have successfully spread the good word of Space Frog.
Space Frog's gonna be famous. Maybe he'll even get his own cartoon show after this.
I mean, I don't disagree. Space Frog is awesome, but let's start off with, like, you know, a comic. Me and you together, we could draw an amazing comic, Renee.
Thanks for doing that for me. I wish I could do it myself, but having a friendly adult help me is almost as good.
You know what? This was a cute mission. I enjoyed this, and I'm not going to ask for payment because he's literally a child.
I know, right? Last time I did this, lots of people came over to tell me how much they loved it. I only hope these drawings stay up longer this time. Anyways, it's not much, but I got a little something for you as a thank you.
And there we go, I can... Oh, bloody hell. 12 credits, but I can also make my own Space Frog posters at the outpost. That makes this all worthwhile. Thank you, Renee. This was wonderful. Okay, with that important business done, time to get back to, yeah, saving the universe from space death claws. Good news, buddy. I'm here to pay off the debts.
Let me take a look at his... that's not the number I remember. Headquarters must have felt sorry for the old man. Here, his current balance. I expect this won't be a great hardship for you.
You're not wrong, so here you go, buddy.
Then I suppose that's that then. Dr. Walker's debt is officially no longer a problem. You have my thanks. Oh, and if you do find him, please let Percival know I'm eagerly looking forward to never working with him again.
Alright, debt removed, the Red Devils on side, and yes. I suspect the Red Devils are in fact maybe going to be reformed in some capacity, and that could potentially be very, very bad. Or rather, yes, a plan to reform them might have already gone horribly, horribly wrong. Hence the space death clause. It's hard to say.
It's done, eh? Fine work. My end of the bargain then, I suppose. He's holed up in the old Red Devil's HQ. Place was sealed up tight after the UC shuttered our unit, but we snuck him in the back entrance through the deep mines. Good you're going in there, actually. Bunch of spacers moved in, not long after we got Percival set up. Don't expect he'd run out before they got taken care of, but I'm sure he'll appreciate not having to find out if I left him with enough rations. Here, the passkey. And I'll let him know there's someone he owes one hell of a thank you on their way down.
Okay, so sounds like potentially we now need to do a bit of exploding people and, okay. Once we're out in the middle of nowhere, and it's nothing but spacers, oh yeah. Now this I've been looking forward to, a chance to test out my new gun on squishy humans. Here we go, looks like we're going about 1 kilometer in this direction, the old Red Devil headquarters, so, alright Percival, hang about, I'll be with you in just a moment. Okay, here we go, but before we get any closer... Okay. Are you guys goods? Or bads? Oh, space up! Right, well in that case, just wait for you to line up nicely, buddy, and... Right, that's you down, lovely. Keep an eye out for everybody else and we can just sneak in. Oh, I see you over there. I see you over there, that's fine. That's absolutely fine, because if you guys just want to be right there, stood around a corner perhaps, then, oh, I think I know precisely how we're going to be dealing with you. Right, just up the stairs, round the corner, and... hey guys, I've got a surprise for ya. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're a level 48 Spacer Predator. Need to remember that splash damage. That is important, yes. Okay, the basic principle was sound. Okay, the basic principle was sound. I just need to be standing further away. Like over here would do fine. There we go. Then a little bit more. He's already almost dead. Nice, he's going to come in this direction. But that's enough to get the kill. You don't need any more than that. You don't need accuracy. Just vaguely fire in the right direction. It'll all work itself out. So you guys just, oh, hang on. Just, oh, blimey, that's you dead. That's you all dead too. This is the best gun. They're just being sent flying. Still, just keep in mind, though, this may be a low-level area, but it feels like the enemies are scaling to me. So, alright. Berserker Advanced Pacifier, though. Ooh. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like, the pacifier I've never been overwhelmingly impressed by, but advanced? That's pretty good, actually. Oh, and while I'm passing by, there's literally a research terminal right here, so, okay. Here we flipping go. Performance enhancers 2, infantry alpha, we are now swimming in it, and, oh yeah, oh flipping yeah, we can now create Panopticon and Paramore. Now, Paramore's brilliant for persuasion. What was Panopticon? I genuinely can't remember, but I swear I've seen it once and it looked amazing. And yes, if I were to go up to rank 3, that would be Whiteout and Neurajack. Here we go. I found a couple of Neurajacks just sitting around over time, so right, just amazing for doing research development. Though, to be honest, I've done most of the research I'm gonna want to do already. And Whiteout, I simply do not know. I've never found it. So, okay. In we go. Looks to me like not too many people around. So we need to find Percival. Yeah, for the time being, nice and quiet. Though, keep your eyes open for, you know, terminals, lore, etc. I feel like we might be able to learn some nasty stuff about the Red Devils, Xeno warfare, etc., etc., before we leave this place. And here we go. See a handful of trouble up ahead. Just make sure we understand what we're dealing with. Yeah, looks like maybe 5 or 6 targets. Nothing too dramatic. I might be able to take out a few of them without anybody else even realizing, depending on level. Like, say, yeah, level 30, level 22. The weak ones down bottom. Might be able to do some good work with them. Yeah, you're just like, you know, level 8 or whatnot. Take you out. Cautions. Okay, so, you know, that didn't last, like, you know, too long or anything. But that's fine. Just vaguely firing this sort of a... Oh, cock me! This is the greatest thing ever. This is... They're all just dying. Everybody's cocking dying. And my magic powers are telling me where they are. Cock me. Everybody's dead. It's just death. The coachman's good now. I mean, the coachman was already good. Now it's just ludicrous. Right, got a few more up ahead here, so just pop up. Aim. Vaguely fire in their direction. They probably explode in a second. Lovely. Oh, this is so silly. This is marvelous. This is absolutely cocking delightful. Yeah, you'd better cock it, Rada. Don't think it's going to work for you, though. I'm just going to vaguely fire in this direction and basically everything over there dies. It's beautiful. Okay, where did that one go? Because, oh, blimey, there's a few here yet. Alright. We can do something with that, potentially. Just got to, yeah, sneak up on you. Or you see me, but that's absolutely fine. And just about there. Should blimey a heck. Okay. Hang about, guys. Bang! Bang! Just vaguely fire over there. Just start firing. It's all going to be fine. Anyone wants to vaguely come in this direction, they all die. Beautiful. This is amazing. This is just... They just blow up everything. Everybody's exploding. Everybody's dead. Oh, this is the best thing. It genuinely just feels like I'm carpet bombing an area. Alright, I'm using my magic powers to know where they are, and then I just basically blast the entire area. And what are they going to cock and do about it? There's nothing they can do. Just basically cower behind pillars and hope that eventually I get bored. And never mind. They just exploded over there. Oh, this is beautiful. I love this. I love this so much. I'm so glad I went up to special projects. Right, this'll do as a nice little place to hang out. Space Scammer goes down. I see you up there. The range on this is so stupid as well. The range is just ridiculous. Oh, blimey, just don't blow up myself. Oh, hang on, John. Careful. There's someone else with explosions here, and they are level, like, something big. So you can just go down to Space Predator 48. Just, you know, never forget. Enemies at a high level, they can just nail you so fast. And already looking pretty badly damaged to me. Get over there and dead. Nice. Definitely still someone around somewhere, but at this point... Where are you, buddy? I'm just going to start firing blindly. Like, you know, we'll hit something sooner or later. Well, whoever it is, they're not too nearby. And you, buddy, are giving me a wow. $2,000 right there. Not bad. And... Chameleon Refined Star Helmet. So, sorry, I did not realise there were people behind me. That was a surprise, actually. I did not realise there was like a corridor going in that direction. My mistake. Right, on this occasion, sniping might actually be the better option. I'd say completely failing to hit anyone with my sniper rifle. Excuse me. I've got a sniper rifle here. I can see you. Where? Oh, bloody hell, someone else has got explosives too. And... space up. You know what? I was onto a good thing in the first place. Let's just start randomly firing it. Might be a bit too much of a tight corridor for this, by the way. The corridor might be... Yes, okay, I've discovered the limits of this particular shotgun. Which is to say, it doesn't do well with situations where, in theory, you might just blow yourself up. Right, nip over to the other side here. And let's just get into, yes, bigger open space. I see you over there. You should be dead in a moment. Hang on. There's the rest of your friends. No, no, no. Oh, space is scum. Blimey, things are exploding, and I think possibly I'm included in that number. You've got a bridge or something, don't you? Right, hang on. Go. There we go. Boost pack to get rid of cover. That's bloody convenient. That's you dead as well. Activate power. Okay, now this. This I could deal with. This is nice. The combination of boost pack, low gravity, this gun, my magic powers. Oh, yeah. This is good. Okay, plenty of science labs about. Nothing that tells me anything about, you know, xeno warfare yet. But, couple of science crates too. So, giant piles of money. Lovely. And, anti-personnel. Ooh. Okay, anti-personnel is good, but is a Ryan a rapid-fire rifle? In fact, is it a rifle in general? Because if so, yes, I'm not sure how much use we'll get out of that. And, on top of that, right, we got a shortcut back to the surface should we need it. Ooh, pharmaceutical lab. I've been meaning to look for one of these. Hang about. Panopticon. So, oh, bloody hell. 40% range damage up for 3 minutes. And movement noise down. And weapon accuracy up. Okay. So that's cocking incredible. By the way, do I get, like, you know, 2 per build? Is that what that's saying? So if I build this, like, you know, just once with my 1 remaining infantry alpha, do I get... Okay, we'll check that in a second. But yeah, make more Paramore as well. Honestly, I don't know what else I'd be using it for. So just, you know, make all of that. Marvelous. Good source of XP too, to be honest. Oh, there we go. That's 2 Panopticon for Paramore. It's 2 for the price of 1. Okay, now that's bloody nice. So, okay. If I run into trouble, I have now got a ridiculous wonder drug. I am so glad I took chemistry. Okay. What I've got ahead is a mysterious doom pit. Alright. I don't see much down there, but I do not like or trust this. We're not going down there. No. We're just going to hover over to this side with my jetpack and... Okay, I was saying possibility of a leftover Xeno beast of some description. So just keep the old magic active. If something's going to jump me, I'd like to know about it before it does. It looks to me like we're finally closing the gap on, yes, Professor What's-his-name. Here we go. Some form of a giant underground bunker base. Hang on. Research. Right. These are probably literally beast pits, aren't they? Just gotta hope that they're all empty. Alright, all empty. No trouble. Just jump over. Use the old boost pack. When gravity's this low, you can, yeah, functionally just stay floating forever. So just stay out of the mysterious beast pits. Head straight to the guy. Though I suspect when we're leaving, it's not going to be so, you know, nice and chill.
So you must be the one who got me out of the red with the trade authority. Can't say I don't appreciate it, but I doubt you came all this way just to do me a favor.
Alright, so we found Dr. Walker. No trouble, buddy, no trouble at all. There's the headquarters, needs the key. That I don't have, but I'm guessing you do. Right. Let's just make sure we're happy with the surrounding area, not missed anything significant. But, buddy, I need... Oh, I don't like that. That's a heat leech pod, if ever I've seen one. Right. As I was saying, I need you to take a look-see at this here mysterious thingy that Hadrian gave me.
Now you want to explain to me why you're going around harassing nefarious old men by wiping away their hard-earned debts?
I'm gonna be honest, I do need a favour. And I'm gonna speak to you all scientist-like, though no. Actually, I'm gonna mention Hadrian. Like, that's gotta get your attention.
Hadrian sent you? She's... Did she look okay?
I mean, she was alive and injured, but hopefully by now not so much.
Sounds like Hadrian. Watch that woman lose a digit trying to get a better tissue sample. What? You can reattach a finger, Percy. So what exactly did she have you bring me?
Oh, the sexiest thing of all. A Terrormorph sample. Oh, and I'm a xenobiologist. This is properly up my alley.
Tau Ceti? That's a joke, right? There's no settlement old enough on Tau Ceti to have a Terrormorph. Either someone's setting up the worst petting zoo in the universe, or if she made you come all the way for this. Let's get inside. I need to see these cells.
Alright, and here we go. He's got the key. Lovely, and that's why he's alive. Spacers, they never got this deep into the facility.
Gonna ask you to not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here. I wasn't expecting guests. Oh, and Lou mentioned how you took care of the debt. Managed to negotiate it down to something more reasonable. Good to see someone give the trade authority a bit of their own medicine. All queued up. Let's gaze into this abyss, shall we?
All right, just get those cellular markers tagged.
Wait. Where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample, it's Londinian. I'll need to get this all in a slate. Adrian really gave you this sample. You're not lying to me? Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen, I'd be mad and very, very relieved.
Okay, Londinian. I saw that way back in the museum. That was, yes, a giant outbreak of Terrormorphs so terrible they basically had to quarantine and nuke the entire city. Over on, presumably, yes, what is it? Ptolemon, the planet I was just on previously. So the whole place is swarming with them, but Londinium is worst of all. And yes, indeed, I'm guessing this is really, really cocking bads.
This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst Terrormorph attack in human history. I presume you've heard of Londinian.
Yeah, but I kind of got the, you know, propaganda museum version. I'd be interested in your take on it.
The swarms are so bad, they had to blow the spaceport and seal the place off from the galaxy at large. Not a lot of samples made it off the world from the time of the attack, but the ones that did, well, they look just like this one. I didn't detect any of the telltale signatures this specimen ever sat on a ship while it was alive, either. I don't think it was transported to Tau Ceti. This specimen, it grew there, faster than any Terrormorph should. Which means, if we're about to start a new era in human-Terrormorph relations, where big, sudden Londinian-style attacks can happen outside Londinian, that's not gonna end well for humanity. So, you lugged this bad omen all the way here. You want to tell me what your plans are for it now?
Okay, so hang on. This kind of puts a bullet in my theory that yes, this was just, the UC messing with what they shouldn't and maybe restarting the Xeno program secretly, because, yeah. Otherwise, this guy would have noted the signs he was mentioning that this thing had been carried around. Unless, of course, yes, there was a lab already on Tau Ceti. Not impossible, but apparently, yes, I'm supposed to get you back to Hadrian.
The circle, huh? Could use a drink about now. Here, faster we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but given the circumstances, I'm inclined to just ask forgiveness. Let's get going.
I like your base, by the way. Holding cell 0, gigantic concrete test chambers, etc., etc. Very evil, I like it.
Hadrian.
Percival. My God, look at you. You're an old man now.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say...
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back.
Not even willing to speak in front of other Red Devils on this occasion.
Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down. Yeah, I can't thank you enough for taking care of all that.
Makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't end up being too much trouble.
Oh no, it was delightful. I had a great cooking time.
That's certainly not what I was expecting you'd have to go through. But thank you. I'm just glad you both came through intact. So, were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian. That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's gonna take to access our old Terrormorph data.
Good place to start. What'd you find?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the Cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? And House Varun somehow? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the Cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors. They've agreed to hear us out on 2 conditions. 1, they want to see this analysis you two have procured. And 2, they want to discuss what happened on Tau Ceti. With both of us.
Okay, so... yes, the Cabinet. I'm going to work under the assumption that this was a body put together to figure out what should or shouldn't be banned after the colony wars. So, yes. What form do they exist in today? Who's in it, etc., etc.
The Cabinet's the UC's highest governing body. The President, top military brass, scientific and diplomatic division heads. Any major decision the UC makes goes through them. They're the only real chance we've got of unlocking the archives. So without their blessing, we're flying blind.
Okay, never mind. So the Cabinet, that's the UC bit, but... yes, the Armistice Archives, I'm guessing everybody had to agree to seal a whole bunch of information away, all the stuff that was made illegal, so to open it, you're gonna need everyone's, key, or whatever.
Well, when the colony war came to a close 19 years ago, with the signing of the armistice, 3 factions were involved in the negotiations. The UC, Freestar, and House Varun. They made a lot of decisions about what sort of tactics should and shouldn't be permitted in future conflicts. All information related to the things they decided should be banned was locked away in the archives. Now, it's possible to get things out of there, but only with the agreement of members from all 3 factions. And as to what our research is doing in there, well, I'll get to that.
Okay, fascinating. And yes, if it comes to charming people, I'm actually pretty good at that these days. I can mass-produce paramour and whatnots.
Well, that's about the best news I've had all day. But before you commit, I want to make sure you know the whole story. Percival and I, we're not just researchers. We were military scientists, ran a division of the UC together that deployed aliens on the battlefield as weapons.
Place I was hiding out. That was our unit's home base.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became the heart of UC xeno-warfare. A practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut us loose for what we'd done.
I'm going to be honest, I kind of thought I already knew that, or at least I'd already assumed it, so, I mean, thank you for revealing this secret to me, if, like, you know, it was supposed to be a secret or whatnot. And yes, indeed, the Terrormorph data in the archive, though, when you say he still doesn't explain, like, makes perfect sense. The research was banned, therefore all existing information was put in the archive. Like, that makes sense, right?
Well, it was during that assignment that the UC asked us to explore deploying Terrormorphs on the battlefield. The project never got off the ground, but the data our team gathered is now sitting in the archives, along with all the other information banned after the Colony War. Under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic factions still participating in regular politics. But if we can convince the cabinet to help us access that data, it'll give us the tools we need to decipher what exactly this sample might mean. And hopefully, how to prevent more attacks like the one that spawned it.
And okay, again, we knew that already, because I literally already saw a Terrormorph being brought to a UC xeno-warfare facility. Like, that tiny mini-dungeon right at the start of the game. And I'm guessing there's a reason the cabinet's going to be, you know, difficult to persuade.
I mean, I hope they will, given the evidence we've acquired. But getting the Freestar Collective and House Varun on our side, that won't be easy.
Since neither group is exactly on great terms with the UC at the moment, for various reasons.
Exactly. It's going to mean negotiations and deals and plenty of diplomatic legwork to see this through. But I don't see a better option to solving what's going on here. So it's gonna be up to us to get them on board.
Okay, now this is exciting. Now Freestar I can help with. I'm a ranger with the Freestar and, let's just say, you know, they owe me some favors. The Marshal's gotta be on side, though... Okay, Varun. That's the interesting one, given they're basically, you know, missing.
I'm gonna go get this work up into the cabinet's hands. I'll meet you out front of Mast in New Atlantis.
Good luck. You two are gonna need it.
Okay, giant piles of money, giant piles of XP, and on top of that, right, the promise of a gigantic political meeting to come. I love giant political meetings. This is gonna be great. But yes, indeed, having wrapped up our business on Mars, how about we call it a part there? But next time, okay, we are getting straight on with more of this, because, this feels like it's going to open the way to me, you know, maybe breaking into that House Varun embassy we saw so very long ago. Or trying to track them down in general, given we know they're out there somewhere in hiding, so... Right, this is cool. We're going to be cracking straight on with this next time, so hopefully you join me for that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Starfield. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Ah, we have got a gate key here, and then we have got... I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake! This is going to take all of my skill and cunning as a hunter to sort out... Die, you mooing bastards! Die! Die! Go away. Go away, nobody likes you. That was a good idea till it wasn't.